What's up, guys? I've got a great video for you today about the 5 biggest money-making mistakes that I have actually made, or money mistakes that I've actually made. So I've had to learn over the years from a lot of trial and error, from a lot of mistakes. That's just how I learn. I will do the thing incorrectly, suffer for it, and then learn the lesson. Hopefully I learn the lesson after one time. Oftentimes it takes me a while to learn the lesson, but over the years I've learned lessons from both my own life, from books, and from buddies who've done it right or done it incorrectly. So within these 5 tips, you're going to learn a lot about mistakes to avoid as you go through your life about money. Now, why are we talking about money? Because we should be talking about money. Money's important. Money is power. It's power over your life. It's power over a crisis. It's power over, in some ways, over the government. There's a lot of power in money and a lot of piece of money. It can be a vice, but that's you who makes it a vice. It is not actually a vice. It's just a thing. It's a tool. You can, you need money. You need money for freedom. You need money for safety. You need money to take care of your family and everyone around you because you're the man, and that's what you are tasked with doing. So as we go through these mistakes, make sure you're not making all of them. If you are, correct them before you keep on making them. Alright, so mistake number 1 I made is not building proper relationships. I like to work. I like to sit down and do work. I love to read. I like solitude and so forth, but making relationships is just about the most important thing you could possibly do. And I'm not talking about paying a mentor. I don't own a mentor business. I'm not trying to sell you on paying me to be your mentor. The good friends I have who have done very well in business have built relationships with guys older than them, more successful than them, and they have brought them under their wing. This isn't a paid relationship. This is merely going out, finding that relationship, and what these guys, these uber successful guys, will see is potential. And what's happening is over time, this relationship pays them back as well. So it's not just a one-way. You're not just taking. You're giving. In some ways, it's an investment from them into you, and it will pay dividends down the road. But making relationships is very important, both on a lateral level and vertical. Make relationships with people that are more successful than you, that have done it. Ideally, that are older than you. Age is very powerful. It's very important to have people in your life that are older than you. That is a money-making mistake, because when you don't have these relationships, you don't have this guidance, you are left to do things on your own. You are left to do the trial and error that I had to do. So relationships are very important. All right, mistake number 2 is not thinking of a long-term strategy. So that is both with money and with business. With money, when you're younger, you think that the money's going to come down the road. You don't start saving and putting away money or investing it at a young age. I've got 1 or 2 buddies that actually did save and put money away at a young age, and they were millionaires before 30 or whatever. Whatever they got to, they achieved success at a very young age simply because they put money away at a young age. I learned the mistake. I didn't put money away at a young age, but what I did do is when I wanted something, I squirreled everything together to get it, including the house I live in, including, well, Teddy, obviously, and including some things with this business. There are things that are coming with this business, and I've developed a very good ability to scrounge together and to really reach the financial goals that I want to reach in a very short amount of time, but I didn't have a long-term strategy. Long-term strategy is very important. You need a long-term strategy, and then you need the persistence to stick to it. Most guys just go in and do. Really step back, think about what you're doing, have a plan, have a goal, and make sure the plan reaches the goal. You're gonna up and down along the way, but stick to your strategy. That's mistake number 2. Now, to go along with that mistake, we'll tie these all together in a bit. Now, to go along with that mistake is focus, persistence. Now, with a money strategy, you need to be putting money away over a long period into things that pay back. That could be your business, but we're talking index funds, we're talking things that compound over time. Real estate's another great one, as long as it's paying you monthly revenue. Now, what you have to do is you have to have persistence with whatever strategy you choose. Most people don't give their business strategies or their money strategies enough time to see the results that it needs to really achieve what they want. They'll wait for some massive gain initially, and if it's not there, they'll quit and jump to something else. And everyone's trying to tell you what to do. The thing is, they're trying to tell you what to do because it might have worked for them. But that doesn't mean that you have to do it. Focus and persistence are far more valuable than being good at everything. You don't need to be good at everything. Focus on one strategy and be the best at it. Next is using the credit card properly or using credit properly. Money is cheap, and it has been cheap for a long time. That can be good if you need some more money for your business, you need some more capital for your business, or to invest in something that will beat that interest rate. But credit cards are just a bad idea. Credit cards can save you, they can get you out of a bind, ideally a business bind or a life bind or whatever, but they shouldn't be your mode of purchasing. That should not be how you spend your money. You should not be spending credit, you should be spending what you have. That is a mistake I got into at a very young age. I got out of it. I had to pay down a ton of debt, and it's a tough mistake that a lot of people learn because it's so easy just to put it on the card, put it on the card, put it on the card. But at 18, 21, 22% interest, that is an expensive way to borrow money. If you're using a line of credit or a business loan, that's different. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you have a plan to actually see it through, you're not just, oh, I'm going to take this money and my idea will be made down the road. You have to have a plan and strategy, and you have to be persistent in how you attack that strategy. In that sense, line of credit, business loan could be good, but most people just use their credit card, and that is a very bad habit to get into, which brings us to the last mistake, and this is one that has plagued our society. It is the inability to differentiate between a need and a want. People buy things they don't need to impress people that they don't even like. I think that's from Fight Club. And it's true. We buy things because we're bombarded with marketing. We're bombarded with things that are telling us who to be, how to look, and so forth. They trick us into thinking, oh, we need that to be who we want to be. This is a part of who we want to become. And over a period of time, you develop the habit of rewarding yourself very quickly for something that isn't true. It is not a need, it is a want. When you differentiate between a need and a want, and you have the ability to say, no, that's a want, it's not a need right now, and you stick just with what you need, you're going to be able to save a lot more, to invest a lot more, and to have a lot more freedom down the road. So those are 5 money-making mistakes that a lot of young guys make, that I made, and really focus on those and stop making those mistakes. With that, I've got a book for you. It's called The Lost Art of Discipline. You can get it on Amazon. I wrote the book. It was published just a few months ago, so pick that book up. I'll put a link down below. We go over some financial stuff, but most the need versus want and how to be disciplined with things like money, time, and your mission. So pick up that book. The link is down below. It's available on Amazon, and I will talk to you soon.